What's up, everybody? So we had another solid boxing weekend this weekend, and we're going to start it off with Jared Anderson. So Jared Anderson took on Charles Martin, former IBF world champion, who Anthony Joshua dispatched in 2 rounds, but I don't want to focus on that. Let's focus on Jared Anderson. So Jared Anderson was thoroughly dominating the fight through 4 rounds. And then the 5th round happened, and just like we know, it's in boxing. I know we like to say heavyweight boxing this happens, but it happens in a lot of weight classes, right? It's just more so we can see it change dramatically, it seems like in the heavyweight division. But he got caught. Charles Martin caught him, and we finally saw Jared Anderson hurt. Now, of course, whenever a fighter is hurt, we want to know how he responds. I thought Jared Anderson responded well. You know, he did get hurt again in the final round. I thought he got clipped again in other rounds. So he has some things to work on, but this ended up being, even though Charles Martin took the fight on like 2 weeks notice, this ended up being a perfect fight for Jared Anderson. I think he's going to learn a lot. He's 23 years old. He's an Olympian, and everybody's already proclaiming him as the next great American heavyweight. But I think this is something to pump the brakes on that. Pump the brakes on him being the next great American heavyweight. Let's see if he improves, because if he gets hit like that against some better fighters, and who knows, we already don't know where he stands mentally as far as how long he wants to be in the game. You know, when I say be in the game, be in boxing. So let's just pump the brakes on Jared Anderson. I think he's great. Yes, I think he could be undisputed in the future, but that's in the future. We got to see him grow. We're just basing that off of potential, off of what we've seen and what we've seen from other fighters that we see out there now. Number 2, so Dalton Smith emphatically wins the British title outright, defeating Sam Maxwell. Now, how the fight went on, Dalton Smith seemed like he was always in control, but cautious, rightfully so. He was continuously circling, was trying to stay away from Maxwell's power right hand, and Maxwell never seemed to adjust to that. The one thing that really bothered Dalton Smith more than anything was the cuts. He ended up being cut on both sides, left and right, and so I think that was giving him more problems than Maxwell really was. So Dalton Smith, he's approaching that world level as he's trying to go through the traditional route, as they say, overseas. So he's got the Commonwealth because he took that from Maxwell. He won the British title. He's going to try to go European next, and then after that, he's going to go for world honors. So we'll see how Dalton Smith progresses, but I like what I saw. He looked better this fight. He looked sharper more than anything. He looked sharper this fight more than he had in the previous fight. Number 3, Savannah Marshall becomes undisputed, defeating Franchon Cruz-Dezurn. Let me just take a step back. Savannah Marshall, congratulations. Congratulations, you became undisputed. Boxers really supporting you. You got that opportunity, and she deserved that victory. Yeah, she beat Franchon Cruz-Dezurn. She definitely beat her. But Franchon sang the national anthem before the fight, y'all.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets with the laughter bursting in us.
Singing the national anthem before the fight is next level. When I saw that, I was like, dang, that's Franchon Cruz. I already knew she could sing. I've seen her sing on The Boxing Voice. I've seen her sing multiple times. We saw the gloves are off. She was singing in that. So we know she can sing, but to sing the national anthem before that was impressive. But aside from that, the first round, Franchon was doing her thing. I thought she was using a jab as effectively as she could, but you could still see the skill gap. There was definitely a skill gap, and Savannah Marshall, she just handled her business. So what's next for Savannah Marshall? It better be Shadasia Green. That's what has to be next. That's probably the biggest fight outside of Clarissa Shields in that division that can be made. And it's time for Shadasia Green to get her opportunity. So either Savannah Marshall stays at 168, give Shadasia Green her shot, or if they can somehow step aside and have Clarissa Shields come out and go for undisputed in a 3rd weight division, that's huge as well. So it's got to be one of those two, but for my dollar, I want to see Shadasia Green because I want to see her get that opportunity because I think she has a good chance to beat Marshall. But congrats to Savannah Marshall, and it's big fights only from here on out for her. Big fights only. Number 4, Natasha Jonas wins the vacant IBF title. She defeated Candy Wyatt. Thorough domination. Jonas had no issues. Felt like she could do whatever she wanted. But Candy Wyatt, it's not like she's been tearing it up in the division. You know what I'm saying? Candy Wyatt, I look at Candy Wyatt as a gatekeeper type of fighter. I don't feel like she should be fighting for world titles. If you look at her record, it's not like she's been on a tear as far as a win streak. She's lost 2 out of her last 3 fights. But it's not a very deep division. It's not a very deep division. And what I want to focus on now, she got that out of the way. Yes, she got that opportunity. I believe that was more about the promotion than anything. So Jonas got the win. She's a champ at welterweight now. So what is she gonna do? At 154, she had Harper. She didn't go for Undisputed. At 147, we know that we have Jessica McCaskill and Sandy Ryan fighting for Undisputed coming up. Will Jonas fight them, or will Boxer try to push Lauren Price onto Jonas? Lauren Price is a welterweight, an Olympian. They want her to get that opportunity. Will they push Lauren Price onto Jonas? Because it's kind of like a parallel here. You have a younger Ryan, you have a younger Price, you have an older McCaskill, you have an older Jonas. So there's some parallels there that I could see them trying to get Price against Jonas. But what does Jonas want? Because she's truly in the driver's seat here. So hopefully Jonas pushes for Undisputed, because that is a bigger fight than Lauren Price at the moment. Number 5, we have a new entrant into the lightweight division. When I say that, I mean somebody that can compete with the best, with the Williams Zepedas, we got the outgoing Vasily Lomachenko, so I guess we shouldn't include him, but the Kambosos. But I would say he's the next era. He's the next era. He's the one coming up, and that's Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason will not fight a Lomachenko. He will not fight a Kambosos Jr. I don't see him fighting those fighters. But I definitely can see him, especially being only 19 years old. He's young. He's talented. He's got it all. He's got it all. But as we always have to see in boxing, consistency. You have to see it consistently to say, okay, this person's talented, but it's not just talent, it's discipline. Is he going to be disciplined enough when he turns 21? Is he going to start drinking? Is he going to start running with the wrong group? That kind of brings him down. Or the right group, he feels the right group for him, and it takes him off to a different path. You know what I'm saying? We got to see if he's going to walk that life. If he walks the life, sky's the limit. And if he doesn't, we're going to see ups and downs. We'll be like, dang, man, what's going on with Mason? What's going on with Mason? Because I always want to see boxers reach their heights. Abdullah Mason, he can get extremely high with his talent. We just got to see where it goes. But it was a good victory for him, and he'll be stepping up and moving on in the future. That's all I got for this week's Top 5 Under 5. I'll catch y'all next week. Until then, peace.